Hi, I'm Scott Fox. This is an expert website review video for DelphineWelchDesigns.com. Hello, Delphine. Thanks for your pledge to the Art Fair Insiders Pledge Drive. This free website review is yours as a prize winner in the pledge drive that supports the ArtFairInsiders.com website and community for art fair artists. So I'm Scott Fox from ExpertWebsiteReviews.com and ClickMillionaires.com. We're going to take a tour together through DelphineWelchDesigns.com and see what we can do to help Delphine improve her sales. I'm going to look at the usability, product design, product layout, marketing strategies, and a whole lot more to help figure out what Delphine can do to boost her sales online. All right, so Delphine Welch Designs handcrafted one-of-a-kind jewelry. Okay, we're pretty clear about what the offer is here. That seems like a good start. Now, what can we do to update and expand and energize this site? Because honestly, Delphine, I was a little, well, disappointed would be a strong word, but a little surprised anyway, that an artist's website was so plain. This is actually kind of a cold, empty feeling here compared to most websites these days. Flipping through the site, I get the idea that maybe this was built about 5 years ago or maybe even more, and I think it's time for a facelift. This is nice. I like all the negative space. The emptiness is nice, but a little cold, honestly. I want to see some Delphine here. Where's Delphine? I guess you want your art to speak for itself. But if that's the case, you need more of it and you need bigger pictures. If someone comes on this site, they're likely someone that you've met at a show already. So maybe they're sort of pre-sold and they're going to go to the trouble of clicking on gallery over on shop to see the other beautiful stuff that you have available for them. For example, there. Wow, look at all that, okay? I know there's plenty of stuff here from looking through the site before I came on the air here, but you're not showcasing it really very well. I'd like to see a lot more Delphine and a lot more jewelry. So going back to the home page, what would I do to change this? Well, first of all, how about this logo? The logo could be twice that size, maybe 3 times that size. It could be updated too. The colors are nice, they match. I see everything is very color coordinated here, but it's not a particularly dynamic logo and it doesn't tell me much about what you're doing. It's not bad, it's better than most, but it's an opportunity for you to do something more interesting, more memorable. The font here, okay, fine. This looks a little odd. Your headline here is on this sort of gray background. At least on my screen, I can tell that this is an image that you captured, and this is not actually typed out. So there's a gray ghosting on this that doesn't look real professional, to be blunt. Next, let's talk about the rest of the page. Well, there's just too much space here. You've got an opportunity here to sell people. I think what you need to do, Delphine, is make a mental shift. This is not an art fair. This is not a gallery. Someone hasn't come deliberately, gotten in their car, driven across town, maybe even paid money to walk into the event, and looked at all the other booths and gallery showings and everything and decided to walk into your booth. They're not pre-sold. They're here because they want to see some jewelry. And if you come up with a site that is this plain, I'm afraid that you're missing the opportunity. They've perhaps seen you at a show, but you need to sell them. You're not standing there with your smile in your booth saying, "Hi, come on in, I'm Delphine. Look at my beautiful work," because you have beautiful work. This site is kind of cold, and it makes me go, okay, next. If you don't capture their attention in the first 10 seconds, that customer is going to be gone. So I think you need to pump this up and add a little pizzazz. And honestly, Delphine, I'd like to see your face. That's what attracts people in, right? Don't you smile at people when they come to your booth at the show? A big smile can make a difference, and there's no smiling going on here. It's plain white, blue on white, a little green for accent, and then black. No smiling, kind of cold. Let's have some fun. Let's see some of your personality. Let's see some of your passion for the jewelry that you're making, okay? So, to get more specific, how about a picture of you on the home page? There's one over here. It's buried over here on the About page. That's a nice smile. There we go. How come we can't see Delphine up on the front page? You could even take this very square and put it right here and get rid of that logo, and it would make the whole site come alive. Just with that one simple change, be like, oh, there's an attractive lady who makes this pretty jewelry. I want to know more. People are wired for human interaction, and that photo of you staring at me and smiling is what I want to see. That's what every customer wants to see. Now, if you're shy, maybe that's not what you want to lead with, but I think you should. It's a personal business, and if somebody's, people are buying art from you, they're investing a little bit in the lifestyle that you represent as well, right? So it's an opportunity for you to present yourself. So let's talk about this About Us page, and then we'll go back to the home page since we're here. July 2008. Okay, well, let's update that, okay? That's a long time ago. I'd just take the date off, frankly. Why are you dating it at all? The story is the same, right? Also, you're leading off with a PhD in geology. Well, that's a little intimidating. I know it's important to you, but if I'm a shopper, I'm interested in the jewelry. And then, yeah, I clicked on the About Us, but how about talking about something I can relate to? I know it's an important part of your story, but I think you could just turn it around, right? Don't lead with the PhD. Lead with your love of jewelry, your love of rocks, your love of working with your hands, and why you create these pieces. I'm getting a little into copywriting here, but these reviews from expert website reviews.com, I cover whatever I can to help you, and I think that would help. Tell your story. These 2 paragraphs aren't bad, but let's make it interesting. Tell the story. Walk down the path. What I really like to see when I review artists' websites in particular is some photos. How about a photo essay or a video of you making some things? Show us the process. Let us get our hands dirty by watching you get your hands dirty. Show us some of the raw materials and how you transform them into the beautiful pieces that you're selling. That's what I think would really be interesting as an About Us page. Usually an About Us page also, you would add some sort of contact information. I don't think you need 2 separate tabs for that. All this could just be at the bottom of the About Us page, and that would simplify your navigation and distract people less from shopping. You want to give them fewer choices, not more choices. And I should say, while I'm thinking about it, one of the things I like about your site, you don't have a whole bunch of stuff in the footer distracting people. You're focusing them right here in the center, which is where they should be, on the items that you're showing. Now, working backwards, still working our way back toward the home page, this gallery page is a little odd. Why are you making me click here again? At least pull out, you've got all this stuff in here. I looked around, beautiful stuff. Let's see some photos of that on this gallery page. I understand that you have concern these are already sold, you can't resell them, but you'd want to reduce the number of clicks that a customer has. Every extra click is 1 click more likely that they're going to run out of time, get distracted, lose interest, and leave before buying something. So how about just surfacing all this stuff? There aren't that many images. There's only 6 on this one. There was only 1 ring. How many necklaces you got? 7 rings. I mean, so you go, what, 20, 25 pieces? Just put them all right out here. These extra clicks are not helping you. You're hiding your work. Next, events. This is nice. There's Delphine. That's what I want to see. All right? Let's see some more of that. And then pictures of your booth. That's nice enough. You give people an idea, I guess. And at least this is up to date. Good job. You're ahead of a lot of artist websites that I look at. And your history, I guess that's interesting to people. Some more pictures would be okay. You're really into this white and green and blue. I mean, you've really got this locked down. I guess you're trying to recreate the experience from your booth. I don't have a problem with that. It's just it's fairly constraining color palette, obviously. These might also fit well on the About page, unless you think that people are really trying to, that they're coming here looking to see where you're going to be next. I'm not sure that this deserves the full attention it's getting here. I'd like you to collapse contact into About. Gallery, I'm not sure you need at all. That's up to you. But if you do, at least surface that stuff. I'd like to see the 6 buttons you have here go down to 2 or 3. Shop. Now this is really where the action is. Tons and tons of beautiful stuff. And I like how you, since you're burying everything behind these tabs, at least you're saying, okay, there's 2 rings there, so I know kind of what I'm going to get or how many there are. That makes sense to me. Again, though, you don't have that many items. You could put it all on 1 page. It wouldn't bother me. Less clicks is better. I know it seems more organized and cool to you, but at the very least, on this home page of Shop, which is here, I wouldn't have the bracelets alone show up. I would take 1 bracelet, 1 earring, 1 neckwear, 1 ring, and make kind of category pages so that somebody's quickly, remember, people are in a hurry. They're not going to read all your stuff. They click on Shop and they say, oh, she only has bracelets, and they're gone, right? Of course, I know it says over here earrings. There's 42 pairs of earrings over here, but unless you make that obvious, they may disappear. So I'd like to see, instead of all bracelets on the Shop homepage, I'd like to see category pages, unless of course bracelets are really what you sell and the other stuff is just kind of, you know, add-on filler or something. That's a different story. In which case, though, I would then make the shop homepage a big bracelet thing like this big, and then smaller categories for earrings, neckwear, rings, and novelty. Okay, that's the way shops are usually organized. You give people not just words, especially small words over here, but you give them big, colorful pictures to click on. Speaking of which, it just reminded me that the fonts here are a little small, and this gradient of the blue to green, sort of lavender, whatever it is, it's kind of small and dark on dark. This is not easy to read. If you're dealing with a clientele that I suspect you are, which is probably 45 plus, your ideal customer, and a female, odds are she wears reading glasses. And I would consider increasing the font size on everything on your site, especially these. These are very small. And I'd like to see the bigger fonts and higher contrast. You've got good contrast up here. The blue and white is nice. These are hard to read, though, and yet another reason that your shop homepage should have big pictures instead of just this tab menu. Now let's look at one of these entries in your store. Here's a typical entry for a ring that you want to sell. This is fine. I don't know why you have powered by Allegro cart unless they're paying you for that. And even if they are, I think that's distracting. I'd get rid of that. This is linking back to the home page. That's distracting. Again, you don't need people clicking on that. All this, I'd like to see the fonts larger. Not because I can't read it, but because your target customer, you want this to be as easy as possible. The social media buttons are cool. Is anybody using them? I don't know how much traffic you're getting on this site, but I'd rather see these removed. If you really think people are going to share this stuff, it's cool. I know social media is cool. I wrote a whole book about it, actually. Right, where that one? The third one there, that's a social media marketing book. Believe me, I understand social media and believe that it's important, but I'm not sure that putting those right next to the checkout where people can get distracted is a good idea. So I would remove those, and you might have those put on your confirmation page after somebody checks out, and then they could share something that they had just bought. That's an idea I like a lot. What I don't like is this sitting here interrupting and distracting, especially when the buttons are so close. Somebody goes to add to cart, oops, they click to Facebook, right? They're gone. If you're going to have these on the page, at least move them down here away from the add to cart button. Or somebody says, oh, I like that. In fact, I'm going to buy, well, you can only buy one, so why do you have this here at all? Okay, that's distracting. But if they were going to buy 10 and they didn't buy 10, oops, they clicked on Twitter. They're gone. All right, so I would simplify. All right, now we'll go back to the home page. So what do we do with the home page given all that? I hope that makes sense what I've said so far. I'd really like to see you surface the pieces of information and photos that are on your interior pages. The pictures of you, pictures of more examples of your work, why it's cool. I'd love to see this. Think of this like a photo essay or a glossy magazine. You want big photos, bigger font would help too, as I mentioned. In particular, there's something major that's missing here that I'm surprised you don't have at all, and that is an email collector. I hope you're building an email list, although I guess you're not, because there isn't anywhere I could give you my email list even if I wanted to. You need to take a big chunk of this real estate, and I mean big as this jewelry, this bracelet here, a big box that says, sign up for my email list. And then you have to make some sort of offer so that they will. You have to say, you know, get a 20% off coupon, or get updated on my new show appearances, or be the first to hear about my latest designs and how you can get them, something like that. You make some sort of promise and then collect those email addresses. I know maybe you don't see yourself as being a newsletter publisher, but those email addresses, well, that's your insurance policy for when you want to stop doing shows. If you had collected, say, 1,000 emails a year for the past 5 years, and you kept doing that for 5 more years, you'd have 10,000 highly targeted email addresses of people that like your jewelry. That's a great way to make money on the long-term basis, right? So get an email collector up here sooner than later. If you need advice on any of the details here I should mention, by the way, I run ClickMillionaires.com, which is the friendliest e-commerce and online marketing forum on the internet. Come on over to clickmillionaires.com and enter that you're a customer from expertwebsitereviews.com, and we'll let you in for free, okay? Free. And I'll help you. We'll tell you what email collectors to use, how to write the email copy, subject lines, all the stuff that you need to know. It's not as hard as it sounds. Or, by the way, of course, I talk about this in any of my books, if that's helpful to you, if you don't know my books. Okay, so this homepage, I'd like to see more Delphine, more email collection, more jewelry, and lots more stuff to click on. Right now, there isn't much here, right? This whole big image, nothing. I can't even do anything. All we have is this little online shop logo and then shows, and this gallery is stuff that you can't even buy. So if your goal is to sell more stuff, short-term or long-term, surface those pictures from interior. Take your best, most popular pieces and keep this one big, that's fine, but let's see a big chunk here for necklaces, another big chunk of real estate here used for a picture for rings, another big chunk here for the novelty items, another big chunk for the neckwear, whatever. Although neckwear to me says ties, I guess you mean necklaces? Maybe that's industry slang, but maybe jewelry shoppers know that, but necklaces would make a lot more sense to me for whatever that's worth. That's outside my field of expertise. So I would add a bunch of pictures, and the first one I'd add is you, and then big category pictures that take you directly into this page. And maybe you don't even need a shop page anymore, right? And then you've gotten rid of another section here. The home page should be your shop page, in my opinion, that is led to by a nice smiley picture of you, a big email collector, and then easy big buttons that say, click here to see the necklaces. And bang, they go right into the necklaces, okay? And that's what I think you should be doing here. I think that would help a lot. It's a very nice site. There's nothing wrong with the site, but it could be better, and that's why we're talking today, right? So thanks for ordering this review, or winning this review, I should say, as a Pledge Drive winner. And I hope that expertwebsitereviews.com is helpful to you and anybody else that sees this online later, perhaps on YouTube or anywhere else. If you're looking for beautiful custom jewelry like that made by our PhD bearing jeweler, Delphine, there we go, the earrings. Let's show these off a little. Lots of pretty stuff here. Then this is the place to go for you, DelphineWelchDesigns.com. And if you'd like an expert website video review of your website, come on over to expertwebsitereviews.com. And any follow-up questions that you, Delphine, or anybody else who sees this have, come on over to clickmillionaires.com. We'd be happy to help you out for free. Thanks for watching. I'm Scott Fox. See you soon.